What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. I got a little bit of extra for you. May 26th, 2021. Before we get into today's news, follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's on Twitter and on Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that bell for all notifications so you guys know when I go live and when I do upload these extras during the week. And also make sure you go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. We got the Monday Night Raw podcast, we got the NXT podcast, and we got episode 377 of the flagship podcast from Sunday night. All that is now on the main page of the channel. Go and check it out if you want more content from Off the Scripts. Alexa Bliss, my thoughts and prayers go out to Alexa Bliss. Her pet pig, Larry Steve, passed away suddenly. She posted a very heartfelt and emotional video on Twitter as of today, thanking everybody and letting everybody know of the situation. You and I both know that we all have pets, most of us do anyway, and that they are a bigger part of the family than anybody could ever imagine. I have the unfortunate circumstance of having a pet, family having a pet, I should say, and seeing that pet pass away. It is one of the most devastating things you could possibly go through in one's life. I had to see my mother break down in the vet as the dog literally passed away there in the vet's arms, man. It was not something I ever want to go through again. I know I'm going to have to go through it, but I don't want to go through that pain ever again, and I would never wish that pain on anybody. So the story is, a couple of days ago, Alexa Bliss reached out to her fans on Instagram where she showed her pet pig, Larry Steve. He was in serious condition, and she was desperate for help. She was looking for a vet on social media, or if anybody knew a vet on social media to take care of a pet pig. Many veterinarians refused to help Bliss, and when she finally got a hold of somebody that would actually help her, it was too late for Larry Steve. Alexa Bliss took to Twitter and uploaded a video reacting to the passing of her pet pig. Alexa Bliss was clearly emotional in the video. I watched it this morning. Very sad stuff, as she thanked everybody for the overwhelming support. She says this, and I quote, "Hi, I just wanted to get on here and say thank you to everybody who has reached out about Larry, and to let everyone know that I really appreciate the amount of support and people who called and text. I will get back to you. I just can't yet because we're still trying to kind of wrap our heads around this thing and what happened. Larry went very quickly, and we don't really fully understand it yet, but he was surrounded by people who loved him. You know, my family was there. We were petting him. Ryan was playing him music on his guitar because Larry loved music," end quote. My thoughts and prayers go out to Alexa Bliss. Sad stuff. If you guys have ever lost anything, pet, family member, you know what she's going through, man. So my thoughts and prayers go out to Alexa Bliss during this difficult time. John Cena. John Cena apparently has backstage heat in WWE following what is being called his China apology. Now, I don't really meddle in politics. I don't want to talk about politics on the channel. I don't want to talk about anything regarding that here when we want to talk about wrestling and really escape all that's going on in the world today. But John Cena, if you guys know him, if you guys have watched him, I do believe what we see on television is John Cena in real life, a man of integrity, a hardworking individual who does things right. He's very well respected by many fans, many pro wrestlers in the industry. However, this week, as of yesterday, a recent apology to China for calling Taiwan a country. It seems he has been dragged by many on social media, and now people are looking to cancel John Cena. They're looking to cancel the loyalty, hustle, and respect. They really want to go, "You can't see me" on John Cena. Many people felt that John Cena became China's lapdog and bowed down to his quote-unquote overlords. Now, this came to a point even where CM Punk is now trolling John Cena. He put in his Twitter bio, and I quote, "Taiwan is a country." You gotta love Phil Brooks, man. Now, my buddy Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men podcast has reported that Cena's apology is not going over well inside WWE. He said this, and I quote, "This John Cena apology is not going over well inside WWE right now," end quote. That's all he has added into this story. Now, Andrew has broken a lot of stories as of late, including NXT's move to Tuesday night, and when WWE was indeed going back live in front of fans July 16th. I believe he may have something to do with the SummerSlam venue as well, and where that event is going to take place and what city that event is going to take place in. Now, John Cena has not wrestled for WWE since WrestleMania 36, where he lost to Bray Wyatt inside the Firefly Funhouse inside the WWE Performance Center. I don't really get cancel culture. I really don't. It's nothing but online bullies. It's nothing but fucking people who think they have authority over others, who have this power over others when in reality they don't wield any real power. All you do is follow everybody else like a bunch of fucking lemmings, because not one single fucking person, a part of cancel culture, can think for themselves. You really want to cancel John Cena over what I thought was a simple error and a simple mistake. He went and apologized for his mistake like a normal human being. John Cena might not have been up to date or knowledgeable on his countries and what he was talking about, yet we all want to sit here and cancel John Cena. Now, I don't know John Cena from a fucking hole in the wall, but I'm not going to go on social media trying to cancel somebody who clearly made a mistake and was clearly apologetic for it. You have no power on social media. Your opinion means nothing. Everybody that wants to claim that my opinion means nothing and that I don't really mean anything on social media, man, there's a lot of fucking people that keep my name in their mouth. All you're doing is bringing more awareness to John Cena and what he's doing, and all of this is actually going to benefit him when Fast 9 comes out, which he's a part of. You want to cancel John Cena? Don't you realize that this man has done more good than anything? You want to erase all the good that this man has done for one simple error. When has John Cena ever been in the negative to anybody? When has John Cena been bad-mouthed by anybody for what he's done? You might not like his acting. You might think that he's following The Rock. You might think he's a turncoat on WWE. He's a sellout or whatever. The man's looking to make a living. The man didn't want to break his body down in pro wrestling till he was 55 years old, like many others do before him. He wanted to go and live a comfortable life based off the hard work that he gave WWE. He gave his life to that company. The least that that company can do is back him up. John Cena has done so much good, and everybody's just chiming on in for the one negative that the guy did this week on social media. 600 plus Make-A-Wish granted. The guy has done shit for breast cancer research and been a spokesman for breast cancer research. I mean, how many fucking times has John Cena been looked at as an angel in the world of professional wrestling? Now you want to go and cancel him. Give me a fucking break, folks. And then the people inside WWE, it's not going over well in WWE. Oh, I'm sorry. These are the people inside WWE. You work for a fucking company that gladly and willingly takes blood money from the Saudi government to go over there 2 times a year. You don't have a fucking word to say when WWE is lining your fucking pockets up with blood money. God knows what the fuck that government does and who the fuck they kill that you don't even hear about. Give me a fucking break with your hypocrisy, motherfucker. John Cena made a simple mistake. Fuck your cancel culture. I don't give a fuck what he said. You're blaming him for one thing. Meanwhile, you're erasing everything that he did that's positive to the fucking world around him. Give me a fucking break. Moving on. Adnan Virk. My boy, Adnan Virk. How do you like him on Raw commentary, man? Are you getting used to him? You getting used to Adnan? Has his voice sank in yet? Are you getting used to that? Oh! Oh! On Monday Night Raw, he went to the Vic Joseph class of commentary. He's not there anymore. Adnan Virk released from the WWE, no longer on Raw commentary. WWE announced yesterday that Adnan Virk is no longer with the company. The short statement on WWE's website reads, WWE and Adnan Virk have mutually parted ways. WWE thanks Adnan for his work, end quote. Really now? WWE brought Virk in just a few weeks ago, 7 weeks to be exact, and he was a hire that was pushed by Nick Khan, WWE president Nick Khan, who, by the way, bought a $7.5 million mansion as of March of 2021. That WWE money must be glorious, Mr. Nick Khan. No relation to Tony Khan, by the way. Khan gets high remarks for his work on the DAZN and MLB network, or Virk, I should say, but he never fit in with WWE's style of broadcasting. So Virk does stuff for DAZN and the MLB network. I believe he's got his own podcast as well. He talks about the NHL. So he's all over the place, Adnan Virk. So Virk tweeted out this week when he got released, because that's exactly what it was. He got released. There was no mutually parting of ways here, motherfucker. Thanks to WWE for a wonderful opportunity. The weekly travel along with my other jobs was a grind for me and my family. I am grateful to everyone with the company, especially Corey Graves and Byron Saxton, for being such fantastic teammates. Virk's exit comes as WWE continues to lay off people from their backstage roles. Several office staffers were also let go as of yesterday, with more names to be expected in the week to come. As of this writing, there is no word on who will replace Adnan Virk as the lead announcer for Monday Night's Raw. Bret Hogan, no relation to Hulk Hogan, communications director for the adult webcam platform Cam Soda, which I'm sure some of you geeks out there are very familiar with. They want to hire Adnan Virk for a one-day payoff. To do what? I don't know. The statement said that Virk has been offered $50,000 to do play-by-play for the company's Fight Circus promotion. Sounds like it's a little bit more fun than watching Monday Night Raw on USA Network for 3 hours. The statement from Bret Hogan reads as such, and I quote, "Following the news that former ESPN and MLB host Adnan Virk and WWE parted ways just 7 weeks later, Cam Soda, a leading adult webcam platform, has come in with an offer for the now unemployed announcer. Along with some hosting of the best adult content on the internet, Cam Soda also promotes Fight Circus, a fight promotion based out of Thailand, and is presenting its third volume on June 19th. This site has offered Adnan Virk $50,000 to do play-by-play for the show, which includes, get this folks, a 2-on-1 battle between a UFC veteran and a set of inexperienced brothers, and will also have legendary Bob Sapp captaining a team of fighters. I believe there will also be a cockfight on that show as well. Now, let me get this straight. You want to hire, of all guys, Adnan Virk to do your play-by-play. He actually might sound a little bit more exciting and realistic on Cam Soda than he did on Monday Night Raw. I don't know. But let's get to the point here, folks. Adnan was awful. I don't give a shit who knows him. I don't give a shit what favor Nick Khan called in to get Adnan on the show. The buddy-buddy system doesn't work, man. You need to hire based on the ability to do the job to the best of that individual's ability, okay? Adnan Virk, if Nick Khan knew what the fuck this company needed, he would have listened to Adnan call MLB games, and then he would have realized, I think this guy would have a great voice for professional wrestling. That didn't happen. Nick Khan just hired his buddy and put him on Monday Night Raw, and he failed. He sucked. He didn't have a fucking voice for it. He was making mistakes left and right. He didn't really embody what I want out of a pro wrestling play-by-play commentator. The guy was awful. You had 7 weeks to prove yourself, man. People were over you after 2. And they gave you a shot on night 1 going into week 2. And then when they hurt you on week 2, nothing was better at all. So give me a fucking break about, oh, he did the best he could. It's a difficult situation to come on in from an outsider's perspective and do this job. Give me a fucking break. It's calling professional wrestling, man. It's not fucking rocket science. Okay? How many years has he had watching the actual WWE, WWF product? That's what I want to know. How much time did he have to study the roster and know their nicknames and movesets and finishing moves and learn all the storylines, lack thereof, on Monday Night Raw? How much time did he have? I doubt he had any time at all. But that's the WWE way of life. The guy sucked. He had no emotion in what he was calling. Nothing sounded better because Adnan was on commentary, and I still don't understand, of all the things on Monday Night Raw that need to be fixed or changed or removed completely, that's the one thing that you felt needed the change first and foremost. And you know what else bothers me? They fired Samoa Joe, who was a color commentator on Monday Night Raw, to make room for Adnan Virk. So now how stupid do you fucking look after the fact that this guy's now gone 7 weeks after his debut on Monday Night Raw, and you let Samoa Joe go because budget cuts? We don't really know why Joe left, but give me a break. The guy may have wanted to wrestle in WWE, wouldn't clear him medically. We don't know. So that's still an open-ended discussion there. But Adnan, give me a break. The guy was terrible. It's not exactly what I want on my Monday night. It's already a fucking terrible program. Then we got to listen to that guy? Holy shit. And don't tell me WWE needs to pick up the phone for Mauro. Mauro's not coming in. Mauro would never do Monday Night Raw. Did you see the way they treated him when he was on SmackDown? Mauro would pick up the phone and tell everybody in WWE management, besides Triple H, suck my dick. Tony Khan, what he needs to do is pick up the phone, give Mauro whatever he wants, and get Mauro on commentary for AEW Rampage. That's exactly what he needs to do. People in WWE are said to be shell-shocked over the other releases, including Adnan Virk from yesterday's report. PW Insider is explaining why there were so many releases, most of which you guys don't care about, most of which you don't really know about. But a lot of people were shocked, and the report reads as this. PWInsider.com has been told by multiple sources that a number of the divisions in WWE will be folded together under one division and will now be overseen directly by Wood Kevin Dunn. One of the reasons for so many departures is that over the last year, the company has determined there were too many redundancies across multiple departments in many different areas. Now, WWE wanted to merge divisions together, and there were too many redundancies across departments. Instead of having 2 graphics departments, this is what this really means. Instead of having 2 graphics departments, the decision was made to merge both of them so that there would be only 1 graphics department to create material for both the TV production and digital side of things. I don't know why they let anybody go. I have my reasons, and I got 2 reasons right off the top. Number 1, WWE feels that they've been operating with less of a staff in multiple areas than ever before, and things seem to be going swimmingly for them. Maybe they realized, hey, if we don't need all these extra people, why are we paying these people? We could still run the same ship with less people, so let's get rid of everybody. It's a cold-hearted thing to do. It's fucking bullshit that you're leaving people out there with no fucking job now, but business is business. That could be one thing. Number 2, WWE in their greedy ways sees a loophole to fire people and merge these departments, they know full and well they're going back out on the road to tour on July 16th, 25 dates, starting with that SmackDown. Obviously, things are going to slowly but surely get back to normal. There'll be more dates, more live shows every week, yada, yada, yada. WWE feels like, why are we paying all these extra people that we don't need? Let's get rid of them. We're going to have an extra, I guess, doorway of income coming in. So we're going to be making more money and paying less people. That's what I think WWE is thinking about in this current situation. So for all these names that you don't really care about or don't really know about, they were let go by WWE because either A, they realized they could run a company in the middle of a pandemic with less people and get the same result, and they're going to be making more money and paying less people. So why pay these people when they don't really need them? Kathy Kelly, who was an NXT backstage interviewer, had a lot of friends in many of these departments. She tweeted the following: "My brain can't comprehend and my heart is fucking breaking for all these friends of mine, along with being great humans. Everyone behind the scenes at WWE Digital worked their ass off to build a huge money-making brand and don't get near the credit they deserve." End quote. So there you go, folks. WWE is still in firing mode. Slowly but surely, they'll be making that revenue from LiveGate, and that's all they really care about. Finally, guys, Will Ospreay. I don't really talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, but Will Ospreay had to vacate the IWGP Heavyweight Championship due to a neck injury. Is this really the case? Or is Will Ospreay vacating the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, saying fuck you to New Japan, and is joining WWE? I don't know. Something fishy's going on. Well, last week, New Japan Pro Wrestling announced that Will Ospreay had to vacate the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship due to a neck injury. But this isn't exactly true. Not 100% anyway. Now, there have been sources and news articles that have uncovered that Will Ospreay refused to remain in Japan for treatment of his neck injury. Now, there's some internal turmoil going on with New Japan. They're handling the pandemic and COVID-19 terribly. There's no communication between management and performer. They went back out and added more dates without actually telling anybody that they would be doing that. Everybody wants to be safe. Everybody would rather go home and wait till everything dies down. New Japan has zero communication with their new management team. Now, Ospreay refused to remain in Japan because he wanted to go back home to get treatment for his neck instead of staying in Japan, which would probably be the decision by any normal thinking human being. And Voices of Wrestling has revealed this is why he was stripped of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. The site is reporting that despite Will Ospreay being hurt, he was not advised to stop wrestling immediately and was never told that his injuries were serious enough to the point that he'd have to vacate the title. That's what he was told medically by Voices of Wrestling. They reported that that's exactly what Will Ospreay was told medically. The plan was for Ospreay to work through the Wrestle Grand Slam tour before dropping the title to Kazuchika Okada, where he'd be given some time away from the company to quote-unquote heal up. The site is also reporting that once the tour was canceled, Ospreay was told that he'd be allowed to return home. However, the wrestlers were then told to stay in Japan as the company had re-added a few dates to their tour schedule. Will Ospreay left Japan and returned home to the United Kingdom over a variety of different issues, some personal and others related to the frustrations that foreign talents have with the New Japan office right now. With Will Ospreay going against orders given to him by New Japan and leaving Japan, the company was left with no choice but to vacate the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship using Ospreay's neck issues as a cover story for their failures. Following this news, it was speculated that Ospreay could be heading to NXT UK, especially after it was said that sources heard Ospreay was going to be working with WWE soon. However, Voices of Wrestling do note that this isn't exactly true either, as there is a misunderstanding about what NXT UK actually is, with many just connecting the dots, considering Ospreay was homesick and wanted to return to England which Bea Priestley, I'm assuming they're still together. That's his girlfriend. She's back home, and there are big rumors that she's joining NXT UK as well. So she's not in Japan any longer working for Stardom or whatever promotion she was working for. Ospreay is under New Japan contract right now, and it is not believed he will be a free agent until 2024. So it's unlikely that he would be able to work with WWE unless granted his release from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Voices of Wrestling also note that it makes a little bit more sense for Ospreay to join NXT UK, considering he could get a much better deal working with Ring of Honor or AEW. So it makes little sense for working for NXT UK. It seems like a minor league promotion. Why would WWE bring him in there and not use him here in the States? Or why would he join NXT UK? And if he was released from New Japan's contract, why wouldn't he work AEW, where he's going to make money and he could freely see his family, be back home when he wants, and see his girlfriend? It doesn't make sense to go to NXT UK. That would be a terrible idea. Though a match with Walter sounds like a very promising idea. So, however, after all this, Japanese wrestlers believe that Ospreay is heading to NXT UK, with at least one person in the office telling people that he is convinced that Ospreay wants to work for NXT UK. There's a lot of misconception here. I don't know what's going on. A lot of people were wondering if I was going to talk about this. I wanted to sit on it a little bit. Then this story came out about his neck injury not being all that serious. He does need to take time away to heal up, but it was never a situation where they would tell him to stop wrestling. He would be able to continue to wrestle. I don't know if that was the smart idea, but New Japan is a fucking mess right now. I don't know what's happening. I know that they're afraid. And Will Ospreay's not the only name that they're worried about. There are many people on that management side that are worried that there could be a mass defection of talent to the United States, to a WWE, to an AEW, and they will be shit out of luck. I don't know what's going on over there. This is a fresh story. We'll keep an eye and an ear out for it and what Will Ospreay does. Obviously, he's one of the best pro wrestlers on the planet. Anybody would be lucky to have him. I don't necessarily think going to NXT UK is the answer to all of his problems. I would see him going to NXT North America, or I would see him going to the main roster for sure. God fucking help us all if that's the case. Nobody would know what to do with him. I mean, just look at what they have done to Ricochet and guys like that. I mean, they'd bury him left and right just for joining Raw or SmackDown. That's not even in discussion, and it shouldn't be in discussion. All we know is there is no IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. He is back home attending to personal matters and getting himself better. He's frustrated with the company. We'll see what happens, man. We don't know any more than what we know right now in regards to this story. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm getting out of here. If you guys enjoyed today's Off the Script Extra, let me know what you think down below in the comments of this very video. I'll leave you guys a link down below pinned for the NXT post show that went up live last night. So if you guys missed that, go and check all that stuff out, as well as the Monday Night Raw review from Monday and episode 377 of the podcast on Sunday night. Until then, guys, I will see you back here on Friday for live post show of SmackDown. We got to see what's happening going into Hell in a Cell with Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso, amongst other things. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. And hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications so you guys are aware of when I do upload and when I go live. Also, hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,200 likes on today's video. Thank you guys so very much. I'll see you back here on Friday on Off the Script for the SmackDown post show right here on OTS. I'll see you guys later.